it's Kimberly here with Knit for Brains. I got another book. Our friends David and Charles sent this over, and I'm really excited about this one. It's called Learning to Knit in 50 Squares. So stay tuned. We're going to do a look-see through it. Kimberly here with Knit for Brains, and you know, we do knit and we do some crochet. This book came out late this year, so it came out in early October, and I'm really excited to take a look at it. It's called Learn to Knit in 50 Squares, a 2-in-1 knitting course and blanket pattern. So the concept is you learn how to do all these different stitches that you can knit, but then you put them all together and you end up making a blanket. So it's sort of like a sampler pattern, but you learn as you go. At least that's what I think is going to be happening here. So let's take a look and see. This is actually written by Anna Panteloos. So here's the indent. She says, in recent years, my friends have asked me to teach them how to knit. Being an expat, I now live far away from most of them, so I decided to make a knitting course that they could use. So it looks like, as we go through this book, she's going to talk about like the basic and then into a little bit more of the advanced stitches, but there's going to be some QR codes. So if you have a hard time figuring out a certain pattern, I think you can use the QR code, and then that's going to link to a tutorial video. Let's take a look and see if that's true. Here's some basic information, a note on tension and gauge if you're left-handed, right-handed, blanket options, and things like that. Again, always you want to have your tools and materials in the front part of the book, what you're going to need, the knitting needles, and then it says what you're going to need later on. I'd also recommend a cup of tea or other drink, good lighting, good music. And then we're moving forward. Okay, so knitting the squares. Gosh, these are gorgeous already. The basic one, so this is just a basic knit. And now she's talking about the long tail cast on, which is a fabulous technique to learn. I followed it on a couple of YouTube videos, but to have it down in paper like this, I think it's going to be really, really handy. The long tail cast on. It kind of makes the bottom kind of stretchy. But a lot of people I find a lot of patterns, they use this long tail cast on. So this is great to have this written down like such. All right, then you got the slippy one, the slipped stitch. Okay, I guess what it says here, if you already know how to cast on knit and cast on bind off from the basic one, now you can move into this. Okay, this is the striped one. So you already know basically what you've done in the past on the previous pages. You've learned how to cast on knit, cast on bind off, and slip the first stitch purlwise. So it is sort of a progressive as you work through it. That's fantastic. Okay. And then there's these cute little applause at the bottom. Now you know how to do. So this is called the purly one, and this is about purling your stitches, which is going kind of backwards, if you will. You knit across, and then you go back and purl. Here she talks about joining skeins. This is the CD one, how to follow a knitting a pattern using abbreviations. So this is great. It really is a learn how to knit book. I mean, if you didn't know what you were doing and you picked up this book, you could do everything you needed to do in this one book, and you're actually making something at the same time, and you're going to end up with this really great pattern or this blanket or whatever at the end. I think this is a fabulous idea. All right, then the mitered one. So that's a mitered stitch there. That's great. This is really interesting. The holy one, how to do a yarn over to get that really cute, almost a little lacy look to it. The left one, how to make a left leaning decrease. The twisted one, how to knit or purl a stitch through the back loop. Great. The diagonal one, how to make a knit forward back increase, knit front back increase. The convergent one, how to make a double decrease. Wow, this is getting a lot more technical. So what I would do is find the yarn that I wanted to use for my blanket, because we're doing the same colors consistently all the way through. Have enough to make the full blanket, and then you're just going to make it in these little squares. The budding one, how to make a double increase. I'm going to be taking an extensive cruise, an extensive trip coming up in the next couple months, or a couple weeks actually at this point. And this would be a great pattern to bring, and just some yarn, and then you make these little squares. You can make like one a day, and then when you're all done, you got a blanket. And I got a blanket to bring home. The I missed one. Here's the neat one, how to make one increases. Here is the complicated shaping on purl rows. That's definitely more complicated. The circular one, how to knit in the round. Ooh, fun. The jogless one, how to knit jogless stripes in the round. Definitely getting more technical. The stranded one, how to knit stranded colorwork in the round. Great, fabulous. And then here's some tips and tricks. Now you know how to do all of these. So as you work through it, you're going to feel more skilled. The catchy one, how to catch long floats. I don't even know what that means. I can see what we're doing. I've never done that before. So you have the floating yarn that you kind of pull through. That's fascinating. I have a feeling I need to do this book before I do some of the other ones because I've got some colorwork books, but to learn the techniques properly through this book is really going to help me in another book. The square one, okay. How to knit using the intarsia technique. The heart one, how to make the most complicated, a more complicated shape in intarsia. Yes, I'm definitely going to take this book on my trip with me so I can learn these techniques as I go along. The flat one, how to knit stranded colorwork on 2 needles. Good heavens. The difficult one, I thought I was already there. This is getting more difficult. How to catch the floats on the wrong sides of the rows. And then it's got a place you can go back and see tips. Heavens. I love how this book is laid out. It definitely is more of a workbook, if you will. It's one big long pattern book, but it's really a how-to workbook where you're learning the skills. And then over here, which we're going to see in a minute, it says C clip 24.1. So that I think is going to be in the back where we're going to have the QR code and then we're going to be able to go and see these video tutorials. But the QR codes are going to be in the back because I haven't seen them here yet. Wow, I am definitely taking this book with me on the trip. The Brit sometimes says, don't you read these books ahead of time? I'm like, no. I like to try to figure them out as I go because that's what you do. If you get the book and you bring it home and you're like, okay, I'm figuring out as I go. So we're basically figuring out as we go together. How does this work? The reversible one. Wow, the invisible one, how to catch floats with the invisible stranding technique. The parallel one, the workbook one, that's what this has become. The backwards one, where you know how to knit backwards and how to make bubbles. The knobbly one, how to close the gap on a bubble. The knotty one, how to close gaps on wrong side rows. The ropey one, how to knit rope cables. Ooh, cables are toughy. The latticed one, yep, this is definitely going to be a blanket. The faux one, oh, that is how to make mock cable twists. The embroidered one, how to work the duplicate stitch. The logged one, how to pick up stitches. It's like a log cabin look there. The interlaced one, how to knit up stitches. The joined one, how to join pieces in 3 needle cast off. The pocketed one, so you basically are building a pocket using a mattress stitch. The minimalist one, how to do provisional cast on and how to graft pieces together. Heavens, heavens. This is a little intense. This is, I was not aware that this book was going to be like this, and I love it even more. I thought, okay, it's a blanket, but no, this is, you follow this from start to finish, and you are really going to have some intense, great skills. The lifted one, how to work the pinhole cast on and make lifted increases. The really nerdy one, how to make symmetrical and doubled up knit front back increases. The blooming one, the bamboo one, how to work the bamboo stitch, how to work the dandelion stitch. The royal one, how to work the royal quilt pattern. Holy moly. The squishy one, how to knit brioche. Oh, okay. The accented one, how to knit 2-color brioche. That was on my list of things to do in 2026 is how to learn how to do brioche. That, brioche knitting, and Tunisian crochet. Those are my two goals for 2026. The sophisticated one, how to make brioche decreases. And then you make the blanket. Wow. All the squares we just made. Now she shows you how she placed them around to make this beautiful blanket. And then you're going to be joining all the squares. I wouldn't have thought that I would have been that much into a monochromatic look, but I love these colors. Really, really do. And then it says washing and blocking. Her aim with this book is to take you through the techniques you are likely to encounter in a knitting pattern and give the small tips and tricks which knitting patterns do not usually include. So you can follow her on social media. This is a fabulous book. Wow. I didn't understand what this book was about until I just kind of went through it. And again, I just went through it as I kind of, you saw me going through it. Wow, a book like this is not a solo project, even though there's only one name on the cover. I had the privilege of working with an amazing professional team. So here it talks about the yarn that she used. Wow. Okay, well, this is definitely going to be coming with me on my trip. So it says here, it's a 2-in-1 knitting course and blanket pattern. This is a fabulous, fabulous book. Learn to knit in 50 squares, a 2-in-1 knitting course and blanket pattern. Build your skills gradually with 50 stitches and techniques. Easy to follow instructions with clear diagrams and supporting video tutorials. I love this book. This is going on my bookshop.org bookshelf. I'll include the link below to my bookshelf. You can check it out for yourself. This book just came out late October, so it's a great gift, but give it to yourself. If you want to learn how to knit or add some new skills to your knitting repertoire in 2026, this is the book that you need. This book is so comprehensive. I am really, really impressed with this book and the way that it is laid out. I've never seen anything quite like this, and I am a huge, huge fan. Please tell your friends about us, send them over, tell them to subscribe and like so you get all those notifications and you know when I've got new stuff posted. Thanks so much for watching. This is Kimberly with Knit for Brains, and as always, I'll see you soon.